Nightway Chant. Coulter and Woodard, Book 3. Written by M.J. Calabrese. Narrated by Nick J. Russo. Chapter 1. The skinwalker, Yeenald Lushi, chose the shape of Coyote that morning. Coyote was clever. Coyote could be a troublemaker, just like the witch who currently inhabited his skin. He sat on the cool concrete of the sidewalk man, Hostine, had made. The sun would rise over the tall metal and glass mountains to heat the surrounding air. The streets were all but empty, and food was scarce. The skinwalker wasn't there looking for food. Not today. He sensed another of his kind. The human eyes in his dog-like face scanned his surroundings. The other was close. The skinwalker yawned, rubbing a paw over still sleepy eyes. He cocked an ear, listening. Where could the other be? Then he looked up. Standing atop the man-made cliff was the skinwalker. He'd taken the form of man. He looked through his long eye at a place across the road. He seemed to be waiting for something. There was something about this witch, this skinwalker, that made him wary, and in that instant, he saw his counterpart turn his long eye towards him. The skinwalker stood and shook his coyote form, stretching his back legs before he began to walk. He glimpsed one of man's loud metal monsters coming down the road, so he waited for it to pass before he crossed, then disappeared from the other skinwalker's sight. Maybe, the old witch decided, it was time to move on. Oh God, Eagle, I wasn't ready. Grace told me I wasn't ready, but I thought I was. Oh God, Eagle, I wasn't ready to hear those words. A tearful Dr. Adam Jonathan Coulter Woodard walked quickly away from the entrance of the LGBTQ health clinic. He had circled the desert-landscaped courtyard in front of the building by the time Eagle Woodard placed his foot on the last step. Detective Eagle Woodard stood silent, watching his husband freak out. He knew if he let Adam run off some of his nervous energy, then they'd be able to talk. They'd prepared for this moment for 6 months, or so he thought. Adam saw his psychotherapist, Grace, twice a week, and once a month, Eagle joined them for a co-session. After all the trauma his lover had suffered in his life and the revelations of the past few years, in Eagle's opinion, his mercurial husband needed all the help he could get. He watched as Adam flopped down on a concrete bench and he buried his shaking head in his hands. Eagle rolled his eyes at the dramatics. He'd married a diva. He'd known that from the start, but couldn't the man for once be normal? Eagle sighed and turned as he heard footsteps on the walkway behind him. Rick Kessler's face told him everything he needed to know, and the large white envelope in his hand confirmed it. It would contain test results and a referral to an outside physician. Rick made too much money for the center's programs. He could see the younger man trying to hold it together, but the closer he got to Eagle, the more his face crumpled. Eagle opened his arms, and Rick walked into the embrace, burying his face against his partner's shoulder as he started to cry. Eagle reached up, stroking Rick's soft blonde hair, swaying side to side, trying to soothe him. Rick didn't have to say the words. He knew his friend was HIV positive. The tears subsided, and the younger man pulled back. I swear I haven't been with that many guys in my life, but of course one of them had to be positive. Eagle. His words failed him as he fell back into his former lover's arms. As Eagle held the younger man, the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. It was an old warning. He hadn't felt something this strong in a very long time. Raising his eyes, he checked the perimeter, but nothing seemed amiss. Only a lone coyote trotted across the street, turning for an instant to look at him before moving on. The feeling grew stronger, and he knew they were being watched by a hostile. His time in special ops
Sample complete. Ready to continue?